Greetings, I'm David Hasz, the Executive Vice President and Provost here at Bethany Global University. And I just wanted to share with you briefly today about wisdom and the pursuit of God. Often in the past, I would read the proverb of the day, which is you got to go to the book of Proverbs and you read the proverb on the day of the month that the date is. So if it's the 28th of the month, you read Proverbs 28, etc. I remember one month I was in chapter 4, which means it was the 4th of the month, and I read in Proverbs 4, verse 5, it said, learn to be wise and develop good judgment. Now, when I read that, I thought, if this says learn to be wise, it means that we all have the capacity or the ability to learn, which we all have. None of us are fixed in the amount of intelligence that we have or the amount of learning we have. We can always learn. If you apply yourself, doesn't matter who you are, you can learn more and you can continue to learn. If you get a mindset that says, I can learn. Here in the book of Proverbs, it says, learn to be wise. I thought I should do that and develop good judgment. I thought, man, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be awesome if there was somewhere in the Bible that gave us a list of what to do so that we could learn to be wise and develop good judgment? That'd be awesome. If I could find that list, I would follow it. My question for you would be, if you could find that list, would you follow that list? Well, I continued to read the Proverbs of the day, and the next month, on the 2nd of the month, I was reading Proverbs chapter 2, and I found the list. It's right there in the Bible, the list of what to do if you want to gain knowledge from the Lord and if you want Him to give you wisdom. It says right there in Proverbs chapter 2, verse 2, it says this, tune your ear to wisdom. Now think about that statement. What's that mean, tune my ear to wisdom? Well, if I was going to tune my ear, think about like if you were going to tune a radio station in and you're going to get the radio station. If I was going to tune my ear to wisdom, I'd want to listen to wisdom. I'd want to put into my ears things that are wise or wisdom, and I'd want to stop coming into my ears things that are not wise. So when I think about what kind of music's going to my ears, what kind of movies going to my ears, am I reading the Bible out loud and putting that in my ears, sermons, teachings, audiobooks that will give me wisdom, am I putting those in my ear? And am I stopping from going to my ears the things that are not wise? Foolishness, movies that are foolish, friends that are maybe foolish, people that are saying things I shouldn't be hearing. So I have an actual opportunity to learn to be wise by putting into my ear and tuning my ear to wisdom. So Proverbs 2 says, tune your ear to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. The reason it says that is, have you ever noticed that whatever you tune your ear to, that's what you end up concentrating on? How many of you have ever been going through the day and you heard a song and it got stuck in your head? I've had this happen to me. Maybe I hear a commercial or I hear a song. I used to watch a show when I was a little kid called The Aristocats. And my children were watching it one time, and a song from that movie got stuck in my head. And I was mowing the grass, and the song kept going through my head. And the song is, I want to be a cat. Well, I don't want to be a cat, but I couldn't get that song out of my head. I tuned my ear to it. Now I was concentrating on it. So you have to be so careful what you put into your ears, because what you put into your ears, you're going to concentrate on. Your mind's going to roll around. This is how you gain knowledge and you gain wisdom. You can learn this. You can apply yourself and learn it. So it says, tune your ear to wisdom, concentrate on understanding. Then it says, cry out for insight. Now, crying out speaks about an emotion, kind of an emotional response. You know, think about this. If you got out of the car and you accidentally slammed your hand in the door of the car, would you say, ow, that kind of hurts. Oh, that's so sad. Or we'd be like, ow, my hand, my hand. That crying out, I think, is the emotion that the author of the book of Proverbs is saying. We should cry out for insight and understanding. That often comes out of what we've tuned our ear to. That often comes out of what we've concentrated on, because then we start to have questions. We go to people, we say, what does this mean? And what does that mean? And how do you think God means in this situation? Or what's God doing in that situation? Or what's this verse mean? Or what's this portion of scripture mean? So I really encourage you guys to concentrate on understanding, to think about it, to tune your ear to wisdom, and then start crying out and asking questions for insight and understanding. Finally, the verse says, search for them, insight and understanding, like you would for hidden treasure. If I told you that outside the building here where you're watching this video right now, there's a coffee can buried in the yard and it's got $1 million in it, and I said, go, how many of you would run out there and look for it? Well, you would if you believed me. If you didn't run out there and look for it, then you either don't believe me or you've got so much money you don't know what to do with it all. You'd probably be out there looking for it. Yet wisdom and knowledge and understanding are more valuable than riches. And so the author of the proverb here is saying, search for these things, apply your heart for them. You go do the learning process. You study scripture. You apply yourself. Don't let people tell you what you can and cannot do. Don't let other people tell you you can learn or you can't learn, or you can search or you can't search. No, you do it. You can do this. Then the very next verse says, then, if you do those things, then you will gain knowledge from God, and he will give you wisdom. So my encouragement for you guys today is to do those steps. Tune your ear to wisdom, concentrate, cry out, search for it. Let God work in you as you're studying scripture, as you're applying yourself, as you're asking questions. He's going to fill you with knowledge. He's going to give you wisdom. And you're going to then know, later in that chapter it says, you'll then know the right thing to do in every situation, which is what wisdom is. So I'm grateful I had the chance to share this with you today. I hope it blesses your hearts. Get in there, start learning, let God give you wisdom, let him grow you in your knowledge. You'll know the right thing to do every time. God bless you guys.